Hey guys, Chart Stoppers back with another video. In this channel, we take a look at different stocks and map out their key support and resistance areas on their chart. It's important to know these areas before you buy any stock, and it's also important to know what kind of a trend a stock is in before you buy into it. Support and resistance is one of the most important things you should know about a stock before you either buy or sell. And also, if you're doing any day trading, swing trading, or options trading, you are definitely going to want to get familiar with support and resistance and this channel. And just to let you know, I'm not a financial expert. These videos are for educational purposes only, but I am here to point out key factors in the charts which do impact the price action of a stock. I also provided a link in the description for Webull. You could use it to start an account and you'll get 2 free stocks. I also provided a link for Robinhood. You could use that to start an account and you'll get 1 free stock. And just to let you know, I will be doing 3 videos per week on 3 different stocks. So if you have a recommendation for a video, leave a comment below and I will try to get to it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and have your notifications on also because it really helps out the channel and you won't miss out on any new content here. So let's get into the market today. Today is July 7th, 2021. You could see here the S&P 500 was up today, 0.37%. The Dow was also up 0.46%. And the NASDAQ was pretty flat on the day. It finished a little bit up 0.01%. But other than that, it was really flat today. So not much, a pretty good day in the market here. Not much in the NASDAQ, but overall a green day all around here. So let's get into the stock I wanted to take a look at today. Today I wanted to go over BNGO. I've done a couple videos on this one. I'll leave a link in the upper right hand corner. You could go back, check those out to see how I got to where I'm at now with my chart here. But right now, today BNGO finished the day at $6.29. It was down 4.4% today. So not a good day today for BNGO. Over the past week, they've been had a pretty rough week also. Almost down 14% in the past week. In the past month, they are down almost 30% at 28.39%. Over the past 3 months, it's almost been down 20% here at 19.46%. But over the past year, we are still up over 1,200%. So it's been a big year for BNGO. You've seen a lot of gains in this stock here as it went from around 47 cents here to a high of $15.69 that they hit on February 16th of earlier this year. But, the past couple weeks in the past month has not been good for this stock. And pretty much ever since it hit these all-time highs here in the middle of February, you've lost a lot in this stock here. If you bought in up in this area here, all you've seen is red, in the past couple months. So let's get into the chart here and take a look at what's been going on. So you could see, we did hit that all-time high. And right after that, we saw a big correction in the NASDAQ. A lot of these growth stocks like BNGO they got crushed and they were shorted into the ground almost. You could see here as I zoom in, we hit a low of $4.30 on May 13th of 2021. So about a month ago or 2 months ago, we hit that low. We have tried to make a little bit of a recovery here. You could see this thing got back up to around $9.12 before selling off again. And now we are back down to around $6.30. We just dropped below the 50-day moving average today. And it hasn't been under the 50-day moving average since, let's see here, the 1st of June. So, not looking good going forward for the stock as it lost the 50-day moving average. But let's see what else we could see on our chart here. And you could see, during this sell-off with the correction here, we lost our first support area, which was around $9.81. You could see I got it marked on my chart here. And we easily lost that during the correction. We dropped down to our next support level, which was around right here at $6.90. It looked like it was going to be a pretty strong support and hold up, but it did not. We lost that support around April, the beginning of April, and we dropped down to our next support area, which is right in here at about $5.25. You could see it looked like that was going to hold up also. We made, a double bottom right here, and then we briefly dropped below that support area, dropping to a low of $4.30. But ultimately, that did hold up other than these 3 days right here where it did trade below there and bounce off of our 200-day moving average. So pretty much, we saw this thing drop from the highs here all the way down to our 200-day moving average, which was trading in the $4 range. So that is a big drop in the stock. And you could see it did nicely bounce off of this 200-day moving average. And right here on my chart, I have a red trend line here that mimics most of our moving averages here. I have a 21-day moving average here in the light blue, a 30-day in the green, and a 50-day in the dark blue here. And you could see my trend line pretty much goes with all of those moving averages. So those moving averages were acting as resistance for this stock as it continued to sell off. And it was making lower highs and lower lows during this time period here. And just recently, around this area, which was the middle of May here, right after those all-time, or this low of the correction, you could see it did finally break out of this trend line and bust through above it. And you could see that we did, have some sort of a recovery here. Like I said, we traded all the way up to over $9 in this region here. And we were on a nice little uptrend that I marked down here with this white line, okay? Once we bounced off of that 200-day moving average, it was trading in a nice little uptrend, and I had that marked out on my chart. I believe in my last video I was talking about this uptrend here, but I just want to show you guys, I always talk about this, the importance of trend lines, and that's what mainly this channel is about. It's about support and resistance, and also trend lines, okay? And you could see here, when you're trading trends, you have to play the breakout here, okay? So if you were playing this on the way down, you should have waited until it broke out of this downtrend. That's why it's very important to mark your trends correctly. And once it does break out of that downtrend finally, that is when you should be entering a trade if you are trading the trends. And also, I just want to show you another example like I had on this uptrend that we were trading in here. Once we hit those lows of the correction, you could see this uptrend line was following the stock on its way up to that $9 range. And you could see right in this area, which is about the middle of June, once it broke this uptrend here, that is when, you should either get out of your long position once you see it break that trend on the way up, because now that trend line was acting as resistance. As you could see on this candle and this candle, it traded all the way back up to that trend line and then got rejected off of it. So, that's when you should be leaving your trade, getting out if you see it break a trend line like this on your chart. And because you could see there was more downside to come after that trend line was broken. And now we are trading below our 50-day moving average. And we are all the way back down to our green trend line here, which is marking out, the uptrend that we've been on since the beginning of 2021 or the end of 2020 here. And you could see this trend has been following the lows it made after it hit this all-time high. So you're seeing these lower lows here and these lower highs for this stock right now. And we are almost back down to our green trend line. And we should see a nice bounce off of there because this trend line does almost follow our 200-day moving average. So if you're looking for another re-entry point on this stock, I would wait till it gets to around this trend line. It's already almost there. And I would wait to see if it does hold this trend line and hold that 200-day moving average also. And you could see our 200-day moving average right now is right around our support level right here at around $5.25. So I would wait to see if it does hold that area right there before you do get back into another long position or buy into this stock, because that would be a good entry point right there around that 200-day moving average or where I have my trend line marked. Okay, so I just wanted to give you guys a couple examples of how trend lines work and the ways to trade them. I'm just going to take a look at our weekly chart, see what we could see there. And again, you could see once on this weekly chart, once it did break that trend line, you see this big red weekly candle here, and that is not good for this stock. And you could see also our 21-day moving average on our weekly chart, which is marked here in the light blue moving average line. That was acting as resistance on our weekly chart. And you could see it's been acting as resistance since around the middle of April here. So if we want to see this stock move higher, we're going to have to see this thing break above this 21-day moving average on the weekly chart. So keep an eye out for that as we go forward. And another thing to mention here, it looks like this week we have fallen below our 8-day moving average on our weekly chart, which is this white moving average line here. So that's another thing to keep in mind, that things are looking pretty bearish for this stock right now, and it looks like it might test that 200-day moving average again on the daily chart. Okay, and let's switch over to the 4-hour chart, see what's happening on this one. And it looks like on our 4-hour chart, we are definitely below all of our moving averages on this one. Even the 200-day moving average, it looks like that was acting as resistance on our 4-hour chart. You could see the yellow line up here. We are below that. We are below our 50-day moving average here in the dark blue. And it looks like we are below the 8-day and the 21-day and also the 30-day. Okay, so it's not looking good for this stock right now. I would definitely wait to enter a position for a trade. I'm switching back over to our daily chart. And like I said, I would definitely hold off right now on averaging down or entering a position with this stock, and wait to see if it does hold this trend line here, or if it does break that trend line. I would watch to see if we get another bounce off that 200-day moving average like we did in this area here in the middle of May there when we made those lows and ultimately traded up to around $9. So that's what I would look for with this stock. Those are my ideas. If you guys liked the video, make sure you hit that like button, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel also and have your notifications on so you don't miss out on any new content here. And I'd like to thank you guys for taking the time out to watch this video. And if you have any questions, leave a comment below and I will try to get to your questions here. Alright, so have a good day and we'll see you next time on Chart Stoppers.